Hi, I'm Deb Heatherly, and today I'd like to show you the Hunter Star Trim Tool by Creative Grids. With this tool, you can make beautiful Hunter Star blocks in three sizes: 12-inch, 14-inch, and 16-inch. A cutting chart right on the tool makes it easy to cut the squares and rectangles that you need for these blocks. Yes, you heard that right. These blocks start out as squares and rectangles. Let's take a look at how it works. For a basic two-color Hunter Star block, you'll start out with 2 light and 2 dark squares, 8 light and 8 dark rectangles for star points, and 4 light and 4 dark rectangles for trapezoids. Let's start with our star point rectangles. The cutting chart on the tool is marked alphabetically: A for 12-inch blocks, B for 14-inch blocks, and C for 16-inch blocks. In this demo, I'll be using B for 7-inch units that will make a 14-inch block. For your star points, place your rectangles right side together or wrong side together, aligning your edges, and find B on this section of the tool. There's a long horizontal line and a shorter dashed line marked B. When I align those lines and make my cut, not only will I have the mirror image units that I need for my star points, these rectangles also have smart corners for easy alignment. Now, if you're left-handed, you'll simply align your rectangles, and you'll use B on this side of the tool, again aligning the horizontal line and the small dashed line right beside B and making your cut. You'll repeat this for all of your dark and light star point rectangles. Let's make a set of light. Again, look for that horizontal line and that small dashed line by the letter for the size that you're making. Once again, mirror image units with smart corners. Now let's make some trapezoids. Once again, we'll use B on the tool. We'll align the long horizontal edge and the small dashed line on the edge and cut. Now we're going to flip this rectangle horizontally and repeat that cut to create a trapezoid. We now have a trapezoid that has smart corners for alignment. We're going to repeat that with all of your dark and all of your light rectangles that were cut in the column for trapezoids. Once you have your trapezoids and your star point rectangles, it's time to put them together. Align the smart corners. And pin them or glue base them. I really like using the Sue Daily fabric glue stick to baste this part of my Hunter Star units. Just make sure that you don't get the glue farther than the seam allowance. You don't want it to show in your finished block. By glue basting, this eliminates the need to use pins for this. You, however, can pin if you're more comfortable. So we laid the dark star point rectangles on the light trapezoid, and we'll do light star point rectangles on the dark trapezoid. Again, you can pin these if you're more comfortable, but I really love this Sue Daily fabric glue stick. Once those are all prepared, you'll take them to your sewing machine and sew a 1/4 inch from the edge on both sides. This is what you'll have at that point. And we're going to make sure that we press that in a certain direction. You want to turn this with the fabric wrong side up and the shortest part of the trapezoid closest to you. Then you're going to press both of these seams to the left. They'll look like this. This is a very important step because this is going to help us nest the center of our units in a later step. Once we've gone this far, those squares that we had back in the beginning need to be cut diagonally to make triangles. You can cut this with your basic ruler, or you can use the edge of your Hunter Star trim tool to just cut these in half. Now we've got to find the center of our trapezoids to sew a triangle on top. We'll sew a light triangle on the light trapezoid, and I like to simply just fold it in half, find the center, and pin this edge. You'll place a dark triangle on the dark trapezoid. Again, fold it, find the center, place it, pin, and sew a 1/4 inch from the edge. When you do, this is what you'll have. Now this seam gets pressed open. Pressing these seams open will help with alignment as we complete the block in a later step. When I'm pressing these open, I want them nice and flat. I want a nice crisp press, and I really like using the Gypsy Quilter pressing bar for this step. Next, we're going to sew this unit to this unit. Notice that we're putting dark trapezoid to light trapezoid. And because of the way that we pressed these, they're going to nest and give us beautiful intersections for our star points. Pin this and take it to your machine, sewing a 1/4 inch from the edge. Once again, press that seam open for easy alignment. Now it's time to trim. Once again, because I'm making size B on the tool, I'm going to look for the B's in this trimming section. I'm going to align the long diagonal line right here, and I'm going to snug B right into the star point intersection. We're going to trim and trim, rotate the unit. Once again, align the long diagonal edge, snug in those B's, and on this second trim, the edges that we trimmed previously will fit right on this line. Trim again on both sides, and we now have a completed Hunter Star unit. Doesn't look much like a Hunter Star yet, but watch what happens when we put 4 of these units together. 1, 2, 3, and 4. A beautiful block that started out as squares and rectangles. I'm Deb Heatherly, and I hope you enjoy using the Creative Grids Hunter Star Trim Tool. Ask for it at your local quilt shop. Until next time, happy stitching.